Objective geology, multiple choice questions with answers. So this is a UPSC Combined Geoscientist Preliminary 2025 question paper. And I hope this solved question paper is useful for various competitive exams like CSIR, NetGate, GSI and other exams. Welcome to set 3. First question. Which one of the following reactions can be used as a good geobarometer? The options are A. Andalusite sillimanite, B. Hematite, magnetite, oxygen, C. Anite, pyrope, phlogopite and almandite, D. Anarthite, grossolarite, kyanite and quartz. The reactions which can be used as a good geobarometer is Andalusite and sillimanite. The Andalusite sillimanite equilibrium, it can be used as a good geobarometer, particularly when combined with other geothermometers. This is to estimate the metamorphic pressure and temperature conditions. So A. Andalusite sillimanite is the correct option. Next question. The metallurgical difference between two successive zones caused by a specific univariant reaction is known as A. Isotherm, B. Metamorphic field gradient, C. Index mineral and D. Facies. So the correct option is C. Index mineral. An index mineral is used to determine the degree of metamorphism a rock has experienced, and depending upon the original composition and the pressure and temperature experienced by the protolith or the parent rock, the chemical reactions between minerals in the solid state, it produces new mineral. So the correct option is C. Index mineral. Next question. Match the list 1 with the list 2 and select the correct answer using the code given below. List 1 and list 2 are given. In list 1, metallurgical assemblages are given, and in list 2, condition of the formation. So list 1, it includes andalusite, cordierite, chlorite, B. Sapphire, quartz, garnet, omphacite, and chlorite and zeolite. In list 2, low temperature, high pressure, ultra high temperature, low pressure conditions of formations are given. So from this, the choices are A. A4, B2, C3, D1, and B. A1, B2, C3, D4, C. A1, B3, C2, D4, and D. A4, B3, C2 and D1. So the correct option, it goes as D. That is A4, andalusite, cordierite, chlorite, it is formed under low pressure, and sapphire quartz, it is formed under ultra high temperature, and garnet omphacite, this is formed under high pressure, and chlorite zeolite, so this is formed under low temperature. So D is the correct option. Next question. Which of the following statements regarding different sedimentary gravity flows are correct? 1. Grain flows occur when cohesive sediment gravity moves downward. 2. Fluidized flows are concentrated depressions of grains supported by pore water. 3. Debris flows occur when slurry-like mass moves downhill under the gravity. And 4. Turbidity currents are gravity flows in which the sediment is supported by upward turbulence in the flow. Select the answer using the code given below. A. 1, 2 and 3. B. 2, 3 and 4. C. 1, 3 and 4. D. 1, 2 and 4. The statements regarding the sediment gravity flows is 2, 3 and 4 are correct. Fluidized flows are concentrated depressions of grain supported by pore water. And debris flows occur when slurry-like mass moves downhill under the gravity. This is also correct. Turbidity currents are gravity flows in which the sediment is supported by upward turbulence in the flow. So B is the correct option. Next question. Which of the following parameters for sedimentary grain size distribution analysis is not correctly matched? A. Standard deviation is sorting of grains. B. Mode. It includes midpoint of a grain size distribution. C. Skewness is asymmetry in grain size distribution. And D. Kurtosis is peakedness in grain size distribution. The parameter for sedimentary grain size distribution analysis is not correctly matched is B. That is mode. It consists of midpoint of a grain size distribution. Next question. The chemical weathering process in which hydrogen ions replace mobile ions in minerals and put them in a solution causing dissolution or partial alteration of the mineral is called A. Hydration, B. Hydrolysis, C. Oxidation reduction, D. Insolation. So the correct option is B. Hydrolysis. The chemical weathering process where hydrogen ions from water replaces mobile ions in minerals leading to their dissolution or partial alteration is known as hydrolysis. Next question. A waxing, waning grading in a sedimentary bed is defined by grading up from A. Sand to mud, B. Mud to sand, C. Sand to mud to sand, and D, mud to sand to mud. So the correct option is sand to mud to sand. So this is the waxing vanning grading in a sedimentary bed. So this is by according to the grading from sand to mud and then from mud to sand. So C is the correct option. Next question. The correct arrangement of current ripple crest in order of increasing energy conditions is A. Catenary, lunate, sinuous and linguoid. B. Sinuous, catenary, lunate and linguoid. C. Sinuous, lunate, catenary and linguoid. D. Catenary, linguoid, sinuous and lunate. So the correct arrangement of the current ripple crest in the order of increasing energy condition is sinuous followed by lunate followed by catenary and linguoid. C is the correct option. Next question. Match the list 1 with the list 2 and using the codes given below. List 1 consists of sedimentary structures and list 2 is the mechanism. And list 1 consists of like different sedimentary structures like convolute bedding, prod marks, then rill marks, climbing ripples. And list 2 contains saltation of low transportation of the grains, differential forcing of hydroplastic cohesive sediments, and bed load and suspension load sedimentation, thin flow during sinking water level. The codes are A3, B4, C1 and D2, B A2, B4, C1 and D3, C A3, B1, C4, D2, D A2, B1, C4 and D3. So the correct option is it goes as a C, that is the convolute bedding. Convolute bedding is nothing but bed load and suspension load are in sedimentation. And prod marks, these are the sedimentation load transportation of the grains. And rill marks, it includes thin flow during sinking water level. And climbing ripples, it consists of differential forcing of hydroplastic non-cohesive sediments. So C is the correct option. Next question. In sandstone, discontinuous matrix-like material formed by squeezing and flowing of weak digital grains in adjacent pore spaces is called A. Orthomatrix, B. Epimatrix, C. Pseudomatrix, D. Protomatrix. In sandstone, discontinuous matrix-like material, so which is formed by squeezing and flowing of weak digital grains in adjacent pore spaces is called pseudomatrix. This refers to a finely crystalline phyllosilicate-rich ductile mass that forms between framework grains through the deformation and alteration of labile rock fragments, which are during the compaction and diagenesis. So the correct option is C, pseudomatrix. Next question. Consider the following statements regarding the classification of sandstones on the basis of principal components like quartz, feldspar, and rock fragments. 1. The ratio Q by F and Rx is a rough measure of compositional maturity. 2. The ratio Q by F and Rx it measures the progress towards the ultimate end type, a pure quartz sand. And 3. The ratio F by Rx, it reflects provenance. And 4. The ratio F by Rx, it cannot distinguish between a deep-seated provenance and a supracrustal provenance. Which of the statements given above are correct? A. 1 and 4 only, B. 2 and 4 only, C. 1, 2 and 3, and D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. The statement which is correct regarding the classification of sandstones is all the statements like the ratio Q by F and Rx, it is a measure of compositional maturity, and the ratio Q by F and Rx, it measures the progress towards the ultimate N type of the pure quartz sand is also correct. And the ratio F by Rx, it reflects the provenance, and the ratio F by Rx, this cannot distinguish between a deep-seated provenance and a supracrustal provenance. So D is the correct option. Like all the 1, 2, 3, 4 are correct. Next question. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? 1. Bayhead delta, it includes wave-dominated estuary. And 2. Interdistributary bay, it consists of prolonged delta top. And 3. Sand ribbons, it consists of tide-dominated shelf. And 4. Inner ramp is inner estuary. Select the answer using the code given below. A. 1 and 4 only. B. 2, 3 and 4 only. And C. 1, 2 and 3 only. D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. The pairs which are correctly matched is all the pairs like bayhead delta is a wave-dominated estuary, and interdistributary bay, it consists of prolonged delta top, and sand ribbons, these are tide-dominated shelves, and inner ramp is inner estuary. So all are correctly matched. So D is the correct option. Next question. Consider the following depositional conditions. 1. A microtidal to mesotidal coastline with tidal range less than 3 meters. 2. A steady sand supply. 3. A stable low gradient coastal plain. Which of the following conditions are the formation of a beach barrier island? A. 1, 2 and 3. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 2 and 3 only. D. 1 only. The following depositional conditions which are favored for the formation of a beach barrier island are 1, 2 and 3, like a microtidal to mesotidal coastline with tidal range less than 3 meters and a steady and sand supply, and 3, a stable low gradient coastal plain. Next question. Which of the following are the general features for the recognition of marine cements in limestone? 1. These are the first generation cements. 2. These are usually from isopachous fingers around grains or cavity walls, and the crystals are usually ferroan and luminescent. And 4. These usually are fibrous in nature. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. B. 2, 3 and 4. C. 1, 2 and 4. And D. 1 and 3 only. The features which are useful for the recognition of marine cements in limestones are all the features like these are the first generation cements, and these are usually from isopachous fringes around the grains or cavity walls, and the crystals are usually ferroan and luminescent, and these are usually fibrous in nature. Next question. Which one of the following events was instrumental in changing composition of the Earth's atmosphere? A. Evolution of brachiopods. B. Appearance of cyanobacteria. C. Extinction of trilobites. And D. Extinction of conodons. The event which was instrumental in changing the composition of the Earth's atmosphere is the appearance of the cyanobacteria. So the cyanobacteria, this is also known as a blue-green algae. So these are thought to have appeared on Earth around 2.7 to 3.5 billion years ago. And their oxygen-producing photosynthesis, it has played a major role in the Great Oxidation event. So this is for the transforming the early Earth's atmosphere into an oxygen-rich substance. So the appearance of cyanobacteria, B is the correct option. Next question. A specimen of a species from the same locality where its holotype or syntypes are recorded is known as A. Paratype, B. Lectotype, C. Topotype, and D. Plesiotype. So the correct option is C. Topotype. A specimen of a species collected from the same locality where its holotype or syntypes are recorded is indeed it is known as a topotype. C is the correct option. Next question. Which one of the following brachiopod order has the strophic shell? A. Terebrachyllida, B. Rhynchonellida, C. Atheridida, and D. Spiriferida. The brachiopod which has a strophic shell is Spiriferida. D is the correct option. Next question. Which one of the following represents the correct geological range of trilobites? A. Cambrian to Permian, B. Cambrian to Devonian, C. Silurian to Permian, and D. Cambrian to Ordovician. So the correct option is Cambrian to Permian. Trilobites, these are extinct marine arthropods, lived from the early Cambrian period to the end of the Permian period, spanning a significant portion of the Paleozoic era. Next question. Goniotitic sutures in cephalopods are characterized by A. Broad rounded lobes and saddles, B. Sharp lobes and rounded saddles, C. Narrow midventral lobes and broad lateral saddles, D. Frilled lobes and undivided saddles. Goniotitic sutures in cephalopods are characterized by sharp lobes and rounded saddles. Goniotitic sutures, these are found in extinct cephalopods like goniotites. So these are characterized by simple curved suture lines with smooth saddles and lobes, distinguishing them from the more complex sutures of ammonites. Next question. The Syringothrys limestone of Kashmir belongs to which one of the following periods? A. Cambrian, B. Ordovician, C. Carboniferous, and D. Silurian. The Syringothrys limestone of Kashmir, it belongs to Carboniferous period. Hope you have followed the content in the question. See you in the next video. Thank you for your time. Your suggestions are most welcome. Hope you can like and share this video. Thank you.